So it's great to be with you to celebrate International Women's Day. Great to be with two fellow candidates for the May election. We've got so many inspiring women standing this year, celebrating the fact that we've got over 50% of women standing in seats. And the theme of this year's International Women's Day is Choose to Challenge, which is quite fitting with us all standing as well. And I know that as Labour women, we're all looking to choose to challenge gender inequality and gender bias and stereotypes. My name's Helen Dallymore. I'm standing for Wearside and Topsham in the County Council elections for the first time. I'm an employment lawyer and diversity and inclusion trainer. I live in Exeter. And I've got a boy and a girl, and I believe it is in both their interests that we fight for a gender equal society. Now, Yvonne, we met a year ago at an event you organised as the Fawcett Society coordinator for International Women's Day, when we were looking ahead to the world's work for women. Little did we know that the global pandemic was going to have such an impact. Could you just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about that?
Thank you. I've been delighted to represent Althing and Carrick since 2017 and finding solutions to individual and community problems. Celebrating International Women's Day, I will help forge a gender equal world. Last November's report to the House of Commons Women's Equality Committee highlighted the fact that the policies adopted by the government to deal with the pandemic have in fact exacerbated gender inequality in today's society. Women unfortunately have borne the brunt of homeschooling and caring for children, and as many women are self-employed or work in industries such as retail and hospitality that have been disproportionately affected by lockdown, many have suffered drastic loss to their income or indeed redundancies. So the future looks bleaker than it did a year ago. And unfortunately, the government's focus for economic recovery appears to be on getting men back to work through supporting male-dominated jobs such as construction. So it's more important than ever that we fight to keep the rights at work that we've succeeded in obtaining, and for gender equality, because equality is not just good for women, but for all society and our economy as a whole.
From somebody Yvonne, who's been standing for some time as a councillor and active in local government, to another person who's standing for the first time, Zion. Can you just tell us a bit about yourself and what you are looking to choose to challenge, why you're standing?
So I'm Zion and I live in Exeter. I have two young girls and we are very active in our little Pennsylvania ward that I'm standing in. I work as a science communicator and environmental journalist, and I have been campaigning to address climate change for many years. I want to help to build on the positive steps made by the Labour-run Exeter City Council in this area. For many different reasons, climate change disproportionately affects women, and I think it's crucial that this is addressed wherever possible. I am committed to challenging gender inequality and also to celebrating women's achievements.
Talking of celebrating achievements, Zion, I know that you've been described as Britain's greenest mother by the Daily Telegraph and an eco-pragmatist by The Guardian. Now, they're great accolades to have, and I think we should celebrate those too. Could you tell us a bit more about those, please?
Sure. In 2016, I had a book published called Ultimate Guide to Green Parenting. I wrote it with parents in mind who wanted to lower their carbon footprint, and also because I was trying to do my for the environment, which is why it was widely reported in national newspapers.
You managed to do that with a newborn as well. That's amazing.
Amazing. Well done.
So I think it's safe to say that we are all in on International Women's Day and choosing to challenge together as Labour candidates for this election. Happy International Women's Day, everyone. We choose to challenge.